is Sunday, April 30th, 2017 at 10:51 p.m. And, okay, so a couple days ago, I made a video about how I'm gonna stop tea. And it is fastly, not a word, it is quickly growing in popularity. Within the first, couple days, it had, 200 views, and now it's at, 370 views or something. And, that's usually takes a couple months for my videos to get that much attention. I think the only video that gained that much attention in such a short amount of time that I remember being like, what the fuck, people are listening to what I have to say, was my video about being sexually assaulted. I just remember seeing the numbers pouring in and being really blown away that people were hearing my story. So I'm really flattered and grateful that people are listening, because I think the fact that I am not, that I'm deciding to not take testosterone anymore is definitely something that is not talked about online. I'm not saying it never happens, but it certainly is something that's not talked about. The only YouTuber that I know that has actively talked about stopping tea is Chase Ross. And, you know, he's back on tea. He's been on tea for, I think, 6 years. So I'm glad that I'm, raising awareness that this is a thing. And the video I wanted to make today was, someone commented on my video that they asked if, I was putting out the notion that trans people, that being trans isn't real and that it's just a fade, and that people can decide to be trans one day and then go back to the gender that they were before. And I calmly explained to this person that I'm not going back. I'm not going back to being a girl. I am transgender, and, you know, I hope I'm not an example for the trans community, and people aren't looking at my video and thinking that I stand for the whole of society, because that's fucking stressful as shit. But I just wanted to, address that head on and say, I'm still trans. I don't even know what to say. I'm still trans. I'm not, long story short, I'm not going back to being a girl. I still partly identify as a masculine human being. I'm not going off of tea because I want to confuse people or because I want to look like a girl again. I'm not comfortable with the changes that were happening, and before permanent changes happen, like facial hair, I want to not have that happen and be more in an androgynous state and be able to express my femininity and my masculinity without being bogged down by body hair and stuff, because electrolysis is real expensive, and I don't want to have to go down that road. You know, I mean, maybe I will for the stuff that I already do have, because it pisses me off, and it's not like I'm gonna fucking grow this out. This is not a look that I like on my chin and my neck. So maybe that's down the road, but I just wanted to clarify, I guess, that I'm not going back, that I didn't change my fucking mind. I didn't decide that I was trans and then now I'm deciding that I'm not. I am still a person whose gender is very fluid, and I don't fit the binary of what society says gender should be. I think gender is a fucking lie, and it's a social construct, and I don't fit what it means to classically be a man or a woman. I am me. I am not a man, and I am not a woman. I am a fucking unicorn that is in between all of it. I am neither this, I'm neither that. I'm a little bit of this, I'm a little bit of that. I am trying not to ascribe a label to how I feel. I'm even thinking on the days that I'm feeling more feminine, not describing that as a day that I feel like a girl. because I'm realizing that I think the masculine and feminine sides of me are always present. It just so happens that someday my gender expression might solely want to be expressed as female or male. But I think my resting gender identity is like both at the same time. It just changes on what I'm wearing and how I want to express that. But I think I honestly feel like both at any given moment. And someone said in one of my videos that they commented, like, aren't you just changing your clothes and you're not really trans? Don't you just like dress like a guy one day and dress like a girl one day? Well, it's not that simple, because I'm not just dressing like a gender. I feel like both genders, and I unfortunately am tasked with the decision each day on how I want to present and which way I'm feeling more of. And that was a real problem the other night, because I was supposed to go somewhere and I didn't want to leave the house because I couldn't decide how I felt comfortable dressing. I was dressed in traditionally masculine clothing and that didn't feel right. So then I put on some makeup and that didn't feel right, because I really wanted to wear my wig, but I feel very insecure if I'm wearing a wig with no makeup, because I think that I look like a man in a wig. Whereas I can pass as female if I'm wearing makeup and a wig. Like, it's a complete night and day difference. And I felt very self-conscious. I felt very ugly. I felt just like gross. And so I had to like find a way to make it work, to not be full out glam and be able to be masculine and feminine at the same time. So I settled on wearing traditionally masculine clothing with my purple wig and a beanie. And that made me feel great, because I looked like a tom girl. Or a tomboy. I looked like a little skater chick, and that's fine with me. So I guess I just wanted to make this video to clarify that I'm not going back to being a girl. I don't want to be in man land. I don't want to be specifically categorized and placed in that box of looking masculine. At least with not being on T and looking feminine, I can still present comfortably as either gender. I'm not going to pass as a guy, and that's fine. But I want to be able to have the opportunity to be androgynous and dress as both. So I just wanted to make a video to clarify that. I'm not going back. I don't think that's possible. I mean, I guess there's people that are confused and thought they were trans and aren't, but that's not my story, so I'm not going to speak for them, and I'm not going to judge people like that, but that is not my story. I am a non-binary, gender-fluid human being. Like, that's it. There's nothing more and there's nothing less to it. That's how I identify. That's how I am. I'm not a girl. I don't identify as a cis female. I don't identify as a trans man anymore. That's what's going on. So, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye!